happened right now is propaganda has set in. The political fights of one political party have become the creation of other people's business. I want to give you an example. I happen to work as an advisor to Honorable Wamalwa, who, when he was first appointed, made it very clear that Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta and Honorable Ruto can run for president, that they have the right because the rules of natural justice dictate that people are innocent until they are proved guilty. Until you're convicted by a court for 6 months or more, you are free to run for any office in this country under the current constitution. The chapter of integrity and leadership has yet to be actualized through a statute. MPs will look through a statute, that statute will bring the regulations, and those regulations would then give it life. It has not happened yet. As it is now, they are able to run as and when they wish to run. Now, yesterday, another newspaper carried another headline that the permanent secretary in the Office of Justice had given a statement saying that Uhuru and Ruto could not run. I have spoken to the permanent secretary. He never issued that statement, Mr. Kibara. He never did it. But they wrote it and they published.
Front page.
Front page. So all of a sudden, since Eugene was appointed, there has been 3 attempts. Number 1, to make him a project or protege of the G7. Number 3, to discredit him completely. And number 3, to make him look as though he's in a fight with Mudavadi. Mudavadi is in a fight with Raila Odinga. He's not in a fight with Eugene Wamalwa. We want to know, look, Spain versus Italy in the World Cup. So can ODM deal with their mess and tell us who's their candidate? G7 is ready. why are they getting involved in our business? I can understand. Look, either 2 things are going to happen. Musalia is scared of what's going to happen to Raila. And I want to give you some figures. Raila's popularity rating, if you were to believe any of these, opinion polls.
Including the latest one that says 57%.
It doesn't say so. The genuine ones talk about 38%, 37%. They fluctuate. Out of that, a base of that support for Mudavadi is only 12%. The rest is Raila's. If Mudavadi walked out of ODM tomorrow, he would be the size of Kalonzo Musyoka in the opinion poll.
No.
So I am telling you, don't assume because ODM has a 38% popularity rating, for example, that Mudavadi controls that 38%. Much of that is under Raila's control.
So you're saying head-to-head, Eugene and Musalia
are the same. They're at par. The only thing Mudavadi is doing is using this big name called ODM. And if you use a big name ODM, people infer that is your support.
So you think he's afraid of leaving?
But can he walk away? I dare that if he tries. If he left tomorrow, he will become a footnote in history. He would not necessarily carry the armed brigade of the ODM in Northeastern, in Nyanza, in various other parts where Odinga has a dominance, of political dominance over Mudavadi. So what I am simply saying is that the fact that today you're Kalonzo Musyoka and you're the vice president of President Kibaki, the moment you walk out of PNU, you're wipe out democratic movement. And how much value do you have in the political ratings? You can't inherit the political ratings of the G7 to yourself. And that is one of the reasons G7 will remain united, why the principles in the key principles in the G7 alliance, Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto, and Eugene Wamalwa are committed to remaining together because they can only keep those numbers up there together. The moment they are apart, they are each alone with very small numbers and not enough to win an election. So let us be clear. Musalia Mudavadi is a creation of a media. And maybe the media is selling a lot of papers. But I can give you history long before Mudavadi. There were many others wanted to be president. Saitoti, Josephat Karanja, and I can go on and on. There have been many who were presidents wannabes, but they never have reached anywhere near. There was a time this country had even 7 aspirants for president. Raila's own father has been an aspirant who never made it. Raila has never made it to be president of Kenya. What makes you think Musalia can? You think somehow overnight Musalia has become stronger than Raila? What is going on in ODM is a fight for supremacy over the party in the hope that the party will remain intact so that whoever is the candidate can inherit everybody. That's the corner Musalia is trying to push Raila into. But the Raila royalists even met, I think, at Serena, was it yesterday? Yeah. And they're already plotting on how to deal with the post-Mudavadi issue.
So they've already decided?
They have decided Raila is their candidate. And they are going to do what they must do to get any other candidate. So what I am saying, you may want to rate that war as you wish. You may want to, in fact, even congratulate Musalia. I join in congratulating his newfound courage. But let me tell you, don't bring Wamalwa into it. He's not an ODM member, doesn't want to be. He will say it today in Kisumu.
Yeah.
He will say it every day till the election.
Yeah.
So let G7 meet with ODM without this has been drawn together. We are not together. I cannot be together. We are different ideologically. We are different in many things. And in fact, most of all, we are different in people who keep their words because they say what they mean and they mean what they say. Raila has kept nobody. He has not been able to keep Balala. He has not been able to keep Ruto. He has not been able to keep Tony Gashoka, Miguna, and now Musalia Mudavadi. You look at the man and his history. He told me once he was a fisher of men. And I asked him, what do you mean? He moves from party to party. I'm a fisher of men, fisher of men.
Yes, the Sunday school song.
No, he used to sing for me in the bloody car. I'm a fisher of men. I thought, I'm telling you. I don't have anything to lie about the Prime Minister. That's what he believes. Yeah. And if you don't believe it, bring him on the bench and let him face me. Because that's what he told me. But the bottom line is simple. Yeah, we are facing a very, very difficult election, which is coming. And the only way we are going to do it properly is have an integral media. Integrity in the media is as important as integrity in politics.
Absolutely.
In the UK, they had to shut the news of the world.
Correct.
There has been the biggest scandal of media fraud, from taping, from bribing, and so on, by the biggest newspapers in the world. If this country and the journalists who are now in charge begin to become partisan to the point that they write things which are not accurate, not only do they fail their sacred duty to be able to inform this, because the key thing of a journalist is that facts are sacred and opinion is free.
Correct.
And if they fail in their sacred duty, not only will they be failing the public, even those sycophantic leaders that they may be serving will make sure that this country does not have a democratic election. And I want to remind the media in Kenya, and I'm a media practitioner, that this country does not have an elected government because we went into chaos in 2007 and 2008. And you cannot have a democratically elected government unless you give people a fair chance to compete fairly, freely, peacefully and democratically.
Absolutely. And
all we are asking is the rules of the game become fair.
Correct.
And if Wamalwa has got to be quoted, call him. If you have a quote you need to give Wamalwa, call come.
Call Tony.
Yeah, call somebody.
Yeah.
But you don't just wake up as an editor and approve anything about Jeff Koinange. Jeff Koinange stole 10 million shillings. You destroy his name.
Correct.
And there's no way to reverse it.
No.
So today what I am saying is that there has been an outrage since Eugene has been appointed Minister for Justice. He has had no day where there is a break in the news.
None.
Not a single day from the time he has been appointed.
Tony, I want to talk more about that after the break. And I also want to talk about this latest sensational allegations of assassination. Come on, man. Modern day Kenya, second most powerful man. Are we mad? And then they actually point fingers at people, including Foreign Minister Sam Ongeri.
I want to talk about that and the upside when we are back.
Tony says, call somebody. I say call G4S. The bench is on fire. Good grief. Wrapping up the week, Tony Gashoka taking no prisoners. Don't even think of touching that remote control. The smoking bench is back in a moment.